Hello, good afternoon. We're back with another ARPA Talk, and I am Donna Mitchell with Aging Advantage, here again with Latina Berryhill. This time, she's going to educate us about some how AI and simple habits can protect our independence. And as you guys know, through the local grants and donations, we offer programs to help with effects of COVID and other post-pandemic situations like housing and food insecurity or isolation. And through this partnership, we provide educational topics that can help promote self care and resilience. Again, here is Latina. Thank you so much, Latina, for coming back. We're excited to hear what you're about to say. And you got the floor, hun. Go right ahead.
Hello again, everyone. Okay, so here's another part that I am excited to talk about because we are hearing everywhere about this AI. What is it, right? And I want to dive into it because I want you to understand what it is and how it can actually help us. It's not meant to replace us. It truly is a helper. And we're going to dive in and talk a little bit about it. And so this is not about learning technology. This truly is about ways for us to feel supported, protected, and in control within the world that we live in of technology. So, when I think about AI, what does AI stand for? Let's start there. Um, AI is artificial intelligence. And so many people, when you think AI or artificial intelligence, you think robots and machines and so forth. And that truly is a part of it. But in its simplest form, AI is just a tool. It is a tool that truly does help us. And many of us, I'm going to stop sharing for a moment just so I can just talk directly to you guys. Um, I don't want to just necessarily get you distracted by the words that's on the screen. And so I want this to really be in its clearest form as we talk through AI. So, what we don't realize is that we use AI every single day. When your phone rings and it says, this might be a spam call, that is AI helping you, letting you know that the number that has come up could possibly be scam. And how do they do that? Because the tool or the machine that your phone company is using has identified that number, right, as a potential spam call. So, what AI is individuals that teach a tool how to recognize a certain thing. And then it helps us to educate us on that particular thing. So, AI has been taught how to recognize spam calls. Or let's take your email for an example. When your email moves a message into your, say, spam or junk folder, that is AI helping you. When bank notices unusual activity or pauses a transaction because it's not normal. Many times, when a transaction is over a certain amount, or if it's from a different location, if your bank is not used to you traveling outside of the country and they notice a transaction or two that is outside of the country, many times your bank will have an alert. They'll reach out to you, they will put a stop on your bank card because AI has taught them how to recognize things that are not normal. So AI is it's not here to replace us. It truly is a layer of protection that people that are within the technology world, like myself, we feed these tools information on how to recognize certain things. And that way, it can help us with, again, protecting us. Because imagine if your card got stolen, your bank card got stolen, and someone goes and tries to make $1,000 transaction. Well, the banks typically will flag that. Or if they go to Australia and you didn't realize that your bank card was gone, The bank will say, hey, this is unusual activity. Let me just, pause this or not allow it to go through and check with that person to make sure that this is something because it's unusual activity. So AI is actually it's a great tool to actually help us, and again, not necessarily replace us. AI has also been used for things like an assistant. So people within companies many times have their calendars, right? Where they need to schedule appointments and things like that. And so, what AI has been doing is they will help, AI has been trained to help personal assistants with making things easier, showing them gaps of time that's open on someone's calendar. So, it's less work that they actually have to do. One of the hardest parts about scams is that they move fast. And so they rely on pressuring you and confusing you. They rely on talking fast so that it can be a bit overwhelming, which is why one of the first things I say is when it doesn't sound right, when something doesn't feel right, stay calm, take a pause. Like really take a pause and think about it before you react, before you give someone some information, because again, they rely on putting pressure on you, trying to make things urgent, trying to confuse you. And when you stay calm and you take a pause before you are responding or before you're giving someone information, it typically is helpful. And AI helps to slow those things down. It can help, again, block scam calls before they reach you. It can flag emails that look fake. It detects unusual activity on your accounts, not just bank accounts, but any type of accounts you have. Most companies are using some form of AI to detect behaviors that aren't normal. And then that way, it's a helper for you. Think of AI like a quiet helper standing behind the scenes. It does not judge you, it does not rush you. It simply watches for danger so that you do not have to do it all by yourself. So while we are focusing more on staying independent, many many seniors and individuals who have disabilities, the community that Aging Advantage is actually focused on, they like to stay independent, and independence, it matters deeply. And so using technology can feel like a risk sometimes to that independence because there's so many moving parts, there's so many things that are changing, but when you use it correctly, technology, including AI, it can actually help you stay independent longer. Here's some examples. So think about when you go to the doctor. And when you leave that doctor, they want to schedule an appointment for you as a follow up. So before your appointment, you are reminded of that appointment, or you get a phone call, or some type of email, some type of communication from your doctor's office about the appointment that you may have, or even about medication. Say you have medication at Walgreens or CVS or one of the pharmacies, they will many times call you and remind you that your prescription is ready. It's time to pick it up. It's been sitting too long, like they'll keep it for a certain amount of time. All of that is technology, AI, being your helper because we will forget. I am the first to say I need things on the calendar to remember my appointments. And so to have AI help me with just setting reminders, whether it's a text or if it's a phone call, it is extremely, extremely helpful. Um, So it helps with you communicating without all of the stress, right? Again, our appointment reminders, our medications, it helps us with navigating like different features. Um, when we think about like our spam features that's on our phones, right? That reduces stress for me. I'm not sure about you guys, but that reduces stress because I can decide before I actually pick up the phone, yeah, this probably is a marketing call or a sales call from someone. And I choose not to actually answer that call right then. And so it helps us filter through things like that, where it may not interrupt our day or our TV show that we may be watching or a conversation that we may be having. It reduces the need to rely on others for every single task because instead of having one of your kids remind you of an appointment, you can put it on your phone or have one of your family members actually put it on your phone and it reminds you by popping up on your phone or your computer instead of someone having to actually call to remind you. It could also be the doctor's office having an automated machine call and remind you of different appointments. So again, AI is actually a huge helper for many things that we just don't realize. Um, AI helps us with choosing the support that we have on our own terms, which helps with you all staying independent as long as you possibly can, because we understand that that's important to you and it's important to us as well. And so, however, we can help with those little things, however, we can put things in place like the reminders. Then that's what we want to do. We want to help support you however we can. And so that's what AI is for. You are still in charge. It's about us figuring out ways to utilize technology to help you feel supported and also help you feel protected. So, simple habits that protect you. You do not need to change everything to stay safe. Small habits make a difference. So here's a few like simple tips. Pause before you respond to a message or call. If someone makes things urgent, scary, stop, take a breath. Never feel rushed. Never allow someone to put that pressure on you, especially when it comes to them asking you for information or sending money. You can use your call blockers and your spam filters that's on your phone, that's on your emails. They are here to help. Asking questions when something feels off, unclear. Safety does not come from speed. Um, it comes from actually staying calm as we possibly can. So keep that in mind. Um, I want to make sure that you guys feel or understand that technology, although it can sometimes appear overwhelming, it is certainly here to actually help. And it is here to be just an added layer of things that are helpful to us. And so I'm going to go back to my PowerPoint for a moment just to put a couple of things up here for you. So let's just, uh-oh, if it will let me. And of course, this is a technology in play. So bear with me just for one moment. I may not, if it doesn't work quickly, I'm gonna just forget about it. But I just want to show you guys, I know sometimes it's helpful just to see. So I just want to put this back on the screen just so you all can take a look at a couple of these things that I did mention, how AI is helpful for you. Again, blocking spam calls, making you aware that someone that you may not want to talk to, which a lot of times is scammers, their marketing calls, their sales calls. And I know just like I get them, you guys are getting them too. And our phones are set up with AI to help us filter through some of those. So you're not getting calls constantly trying to sell you something, trying to market you something, trying to get personal information or scam you in some type of way. And so even though those filters can sometimes be exhausting to see, just know that they are there to help protect you and to keep you as safe as possible. Just wanted to point out those few things because, again, I know I talked through them, and I didn't want to talk through them with constantly keeping these bullets up. But I want to go back to them because I know sometimes it's easy just to kind of put your eyes on something and to help you remember them. Again, AI, artificial intelligence, even though it's a tool, it is a tool that will help remind us of things and actually be our helper. Every day, AI will actually be there in some form. If you are using a phone or a computer, you will experience AI in your daily, and just use it daily, no matter what you're doing. So keep those things in mind. I know it doesn't always appear that simple, but it truly is. When you're getting a phone call as a reminder of an appointment or your medication or just something, that is AI at work, whether it is an automated machine when you're calling different places and you're getting an automated machine or you're getting press one for this, press two for that. That is AI. That is a tool that technology is in play trying to help you navigate from one place to another. You will also, again, get emails that will automatically go to your spam, go to your junk emails. It's because your email provider has put AI in place so that there are certain things that's triggers, like with the phone filters that are on our phones. When they notice that a marketing company or a scammer is trying to send you stuff, they will automatically block it. And they will put it in a different email or they will send it to your voicemail so you don't have to deal with it. So AI has been blocking a lot of things as it relates to the scammers. Now, with me saying that, they are very creative and they have found so many ways to get around the AI blockers. So keep that in mind. Every scam call is not going to be filtered. Every email that's a scam is not going to be filtered to your junk email. So you still have to be aware, be very, very aware and on alert. When you get that feeling within like something's off or they're rushing you or, they're asking for information you're not comfortable giving, or why would my bank really be calling me? Think of things like that because they have gotten, again, very, very creative. So it will not get blocked all the time. AI has been very, very helpful in filtering some of that. It just doesn't block everything that we see and everything that we hear. Um, Reminders are a huge thing that AI is helpful for. When you now we go to these different restaurants, whether it's fast food, or the machines at restaurants where people aren't actually talking to you. It's the machine talking to you, giving you instruction, taking your orders. That's all AI. And a lot of people are nervous about it taking over jobs. What AI has been created for is make things easier for us, not to replace us, because we will always need a human touch. I went through a drive-through recently and was placing an order, and I wanted something taken off of the order that I was placing. I wanted them to substitute something. the computer, AI, got confused. And so it actually told me, pull up to the window because they couldn't figure out what I was actually saying because I was asking for a substitution. So we will always need human touch. We just will. You can't run a business without some form of human touch when you are trying to sell someone stuff, or when you are trying to be have customer service be an important part of your business. You have to have a human touch. It does simplify things and it helps us with running our business differently, helps with some of the tasks that we do, but having a human to interact with is extremely important. And so, again, it's not meant to replace us, it's meant to help us and to have things just be easier and simpler for us. Stand in control is our way of helping you all stay independent as long as you possibly want or need to. And so that's why we're sharing some of this information so you're not intimidated. And we want you all to understand that this affects us as well. It doesn't matter your age. We all get intimidated by new things that are happening and things that we don't necessarily quite understand right away. And that's the reason why we ask questions. And I will continue to encourage you to ask questions. Don't feel embarrassed. Please ask because we all should be comfortable with asking things that we do not know. No one knows everything. And it's great to ask questions about technology because it'll help make things easier and simpler for you on a daily basis with the things that I just explained. So remember, take your time. It's okay to say no. If someone is pushing you too much and you're on the phone with them and you're not comfortable, feel free to hang up. Hang up and call whatever organization or institution back directly. Don't let them pressure you. It is certainly okay. Don't let them pressure you into giving information, and certainly don't let them pressure you into giving your financial information over the phone. Stay calm. Don't let them push you or rush you into any decisions that could actually harm you. It is better to take a pause and then say, no, I'm not comfortable, and hang up the phone if they are too persistent. You have that right, and we want you to stand on feeling okay with taking that right, because that is your right as a human being, is to disconnect when someone is making you feel unsafe or unsure. Because again, technology is here to add as a helper and not to make you feel anxious or like you are losing control. It's okay. Ask questions, because when you ask questions, it gives you the confidence that you want to have when using, these devices like a computer or iPad or your telephone. Um, so again, stay as calm as possible, ask for questions, reach out to your friends and family, reach out to your community. These community helpers, they are here to make sure that you guys or have the technology that you need, but it's utilized in a way that truly is helpful for you, setting up reminders and things like that. So that is AI in a nutshell. I just want you guys to know how simple it can be and how it's not actually here to replace the things that we do as human beings, but to make our lives a little bit easier and simpler. And I hope that's helpful. Any questions for me?
Takes a little second there. Thank you once again. Appreciate it. Always very, very good and knowledgeable help. Question here. Where is it? What should someone do if they rely on their caregiver or family members for technology?
Um, so if they rely on them for technology, meaning if the only way that they can actually use their computer or their phone
Yes.
that their caregiver
Getting on
has.
the internet, yeah. Maybe not so much the phone because a lot of time people can at least pick it up. But if they
Mm.
want to surf the net on their phone or, look up something on the internet, yeah. What can they do? Do you have any suggestions?
So I would say it's not a bad thing at all that their caregiver um, helps them navigate, online and the internet. One thing that I would say to start with is have your caregiver look at these videos, because many times we all are just not aware of ways to keep us safe. And so that could actually help them help you.
Okay.
If you are looking to go on the net and search something, I would say communicate that with your caregiver. Let them know that you may have some concerns about going on there and still staying safe, and you heard some information and would like for them to just be aware of the information too, so that they can help you stay safe as well. If they're helping you like navigate different things on the internet, it would be great for them to hear this. And they could also take that back to other people that they are caregivers for and their friends and families as well.
Good. Thank you. And this next question, you may have already touched on it a little bit, but I'll just still ask just in case somebody still has, need some clarity on it. And the question says, where is it? I'm trying to find it. How can people protect themselves without becoming anxious or fearful?
Hmm. Um, I would say education like this,
Okay.
right? That would be number one, knowing ways that you can protect yourself. Because once you actually have the knowledge, then it is helpful. Once you have the knowledge, you put those things into place, making sure that when you're on the internet, it's not a public internet, it's a
Right.
private internet where you are using a password to protect yourself. Um, Making sure you're not giving your personal information just to anyone, or you're leaving yourself exposed to having hackers, steal your personal information. Like I said, putting locks on your credit or not giving your banking information out to just anyone. Or if you if you have any feeling at all, someone calls you and there's any doubt that they're not who they say they are, or there could be some type of scam, listen to that doubt always. When you start feeling anxious, take a pause. Always take a pause, because many times we get that anxious or uncomfortable feeling for a reason. It's a trigger within saying, hey, something could be wrong. Don't ignore those feelings and take a pause from that person or those individuals. And it's okay to remove yourself. Like we said before, hang up. It's okay. Like you don't even have to say bye. Disconnect. They are
Disconnect.
making you feel uncomfortable, or they're trying to pressure you to get your personal information or your financial information. No, that is not okay. And you are not obligated to stay on a line with someone or in someone's presence when they are making you feel uncomfortable.
That's great. Thank you again. One last question, and you may again kind of educated us a little bit, but still it's a question, so I'm going to ask. Um, why is digital safety directly connected to independence and dignity? What do you think about that?
Hmm. I think I think technology, because of like our world now, technology is everywhere. And I think many times, especially when I think about a phone, okay, when we have our phones at any age. But let's just, even if we're thinking about, our seniors, when we have certain things that we rely on, like our phones or our computers, it makes us feel like, this is ours, right? We want to protect, this is ours. We have control over it, and we don't want anyone invading that control. But what we have to remember is, even with our devices, right? Our digital devices, even though they are ours and we have control over the physical thing, technology changes every single day. Just like, there's a new model that comes out with these phones every so often, and a new application, and they're like, download this and download that. Because there's always something changing, it can make us feel like we're losing control. Don't allow the changes with these digital devices to make you feel like you don't have control, because they will always change. So it doesn't, just because you're, changing to a new model, or you're downloading a new application or updating, what you currently have, it doesn't mean you're losing control. It's just you're staying in in a space where you're constantly being protected with your devices. And I say that because whenever there's an application and there's a new update, most of the time they're updating it to keep us protected. So just because there's a change does not mean that you're going to lose control over that device or digital, whatever, phone, laptop. Um, you're still in control. You still have it, right? It's just many times we may need help with just staying current to keep that particular digital thing up to date, so that we are always protecting ourselves and being supported by, whoever your phone provider is or whoever your internet provider is. I hope that answers the question.
Yes, that was great. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Well, now comes the time that we must say goodbye. But it was great, and it's going to be a good goodbye again. We thank you very much, Latina Berryhill, and NetGain Technologies, for allowing you guys to share this time and opportunity with us, so that we can continue to be safe and protect those that we serve and service, to stay safe and remain safe in their homes as they continue to age. Once again, we thank you very much for all this wealth of knowledge and information. And I'm sure we're going to take it and we're going to implement it into our daily lives, because, I mean, once you know about this, you can't just ignore it.
That's right. That's right.
So, again, thank you so much for coming and for sharing with us. We greatly appreciate you for taking out your time, coming on here today with us. Thank you again, and we'll see
Thank you
you
guys
next
for
time.
allowing me to share.
Thank you. Bye now.
Bye bye.